What's up, guys? Specstar here today with my third battle of the GDS low tier tournament. It's the final battle of the pools round. I'm 1-1, need to win this game, and then I'm advancing based on the other records of the other players. I'm definitely advancing if I win this game, so I definitely am going to work towards that. Before I get too far into this, I just want to apologize for the lack of uploads as of late. I've been taking OCD medication. It's new, and while it's new, it has side effects, and one of the side effects is making me tired as hell and barely able to do things. But I've got my Monster energy drinks, and I've got my artificial energy here to muster up some videos, and I gotta get back to the grindstone. I should be better with uploads in the upcoming few days, I think. But we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm facing G-Blaze here in the last battle. He's got a team consisting of Golbat, Registeel, Passimian, Sharpedo, Magmortar, and Licky Licky. And he's 0-2 going into this battle, but still I'm going to take the battle serious and build the best team I can, play the best I can, and just try to get the win I need to advance. So I'll switch over to my team here. And starting off, I've got a physically defensive Alomomola because, of course. I'm Rocky Helmet because by far the biggest offensive threat he has to my team is Passimian. I want to be able to chip that thing down. That's just what the Rocky Helmet does. And for the moveset, basically all standard, except I've got Knockoff over Scald. Knockoff is largely for Golbat. If I get that thing knocked off, it really opens the door up for Hitmonchan, and that's kind of what I'm thinking about there. And next up here, I've got Chansey, because, of course, big fat Chansey. Why wouldn't you bring it to the low tier? This spawn's stupid fat. It's just a stupid thing that I should bring to games. Anyway, I've got, of course, a Violite. Pretty standard set. I got Heal Bell over status move. Heal Bell is just good for the longevity of Alomomola. Wasn't really a status type of game because I thought there was a very good chance that his response to this is going to wind up being Golbat with Taunt. So status not helping me too much. I guess Thunder Wave could be a little nice, but I thought it's just better for my team to have the Heal Bell. Next up here, I've got Espeon, and I've got a little bit of heat here. Espeon is creeping his... Am I going to remember it? Am I going to remember it? It's creeping as something. That's what matters. Sharpedo. Right, Sharpedo. And I've got Calm Mind, Morning Sun, Zap Cannon, and Psychic with the Electrium Z. And a big part of why I've got the Electrium Z, one thing is it can kind of hit Registeel in a pinch. Another thing is if I get a Calm Mind up and he brings Sharpedo in, I can blast through his Protect and KO the thing. I do need a Calm Mind to be able to KO it, but even if I don't get a Calm Mind, I'm going to get it really weakened, and I think there's a high possibility the thing is either Life Orb, chipped down by Alomomola's Rocky Helmet, or both. So that damage is very useful. And next up here, I've got my two banded offensive Mons here. They just do a phenomenal job breaking through his team. Sneasel is creeping his fastest Pokemon, which is something. Oh yeah, Sharpedo. Same mon. I need something faster than that. Oh well. I'm creeping that with the Sneasel, and just a very standard boilerplate set. Low kick lets me hit things like Licky Licky and Registeel. And Pickpocket just because there wasn't really another ability I needed, and you never know when you're going to get knocked off. Especially in the lower tier meta when that move becomes even better. Bruxish is banded, and this is my primary breaker actually. This Pokemon, his team's really thick, it's really fat, and this thing punches through a lot of the bulk on his team with both Psychic Fangs and Liquidation. Don't really need anything else to hit anything. Aqua Jet's a nice priority to have for some of the offense that he does have, and Facade's just there in case I get burned. Didn't really need another move there at all, but it's always nice to have that contingency plan in case it does get burned, and there are opportunities like if a Seismitoad gets a Scald burn, you know that move's busted. And lastly here, I've got my Hitmonchan. I've got just enough speed on this to outspeed a no-speed Golbat. Rapid Spin just to help me get rocks away if his Registeel is able to deal with Espeon, or if he just catches me off guard and sets him up. Drain Punch is just a very solid move. It basically hits everything except for Golbat, which I have Ice Punch for. And Mach Punch is just a nice priority to have in the back for some of the more offensive mons he does have on his team. So I'm gonna switch back here to the battle scene, and oops, that's closer up of my face than anyone wants to see. So my thought process here was I expected him to lead off with Pissimian. I thought that was overwhelmingly likely because it was the only real mon that was a good lead matchup for Sneasel, Bruxish, and Espeon. So I thought that was a very real possibility, and in an attempt to counter that, I wanted to just lead off with my Alomomola. He instead leads off with Registeel, and I'm just going to be overly cautious and go ahead into my Espeon here. Kind of see what he wants to do. He goes for Seismic Toss. I'm just going to kind of sit in and see how he deals with this Pokemon and click Calm Mind here. He keeps clicking Seismic Toss. I'm going to just Morning Sun up here. And I'm thinking here that if he does continue to stay in and attack me, I will be able to try and throw off the Zap Cannon, get this thing weakened a little bit, get it paralyzed, and becomes easier to deal with for the rest of my team. I'm just going to Morning Sun up and stay healthy. Here he's going to go in a Sharpedo, and I was very happy to see that because I've got my special attack boost, and if this thing clicks Protect, it is going to just smash through the Protect and take it out. So I'm going to go right for my Gigavolt Havoc here. He goes for Protect, and I'm going to smash right through that Protect with my Z move, and the Shark is down turn 5. And that is a great turn for my team. Shark is his best response to my offense aside from Pissimian. Those two are really what he does have for my offense. So getting that thing down early is very nice. Here he's going to bring in Pissimian, and I'm just going to chip that down with Alomomola as planned. He'll go for a U-turn. He's going to take more damage than I do. And he's going to go out into his Golbat here, and I'm just going to knock that thing off. If he does Toxic me, I've got Chansey, and I can later Heal Bell up. So that thing's Violite is gone, which is really nice for Hitmonchan, which now looks awesome in this matchup. He's going to go into Registeel as I go into Espeon. I'm just going to fire off his Zap Cannon here. I wanted to get the thing paralyzed because it comes a lot more easier to deal with. I'm just going to go for another Zap Cannon. This one, fortunately, will land. He's going to get paralyzed and full paralyzed. Here, I'm just going to go for my Morning Sun to get my health back up as he goes out into Magmortar. No, I think I went for yeah, I did go for Morning Sun. Yeah, sorry for tripping up here. I went for Calm Mind this turn. And he's going to go for a Flamethrower, which looks to me to be very specs. I'm just going to go for a Psychic here. I want to get this thing going. He'll go for another Flamethrower. And here I'm just going to go for another Psychic, I believe, because... Nope, I went for Morning Sun. Right, okay, sorry about that. My brain's not really all working right now. I'm going to go for another Calm Mind here. He just goes for Seismic Toss. I'm going to just kind of play around with this thing since it's paralyzed and try to get some damage off on it. If this thing gets weakened down, then the door's wide open for Bruxish and it's wide open for Sneasel. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit. I'll go for another Zap Cannon, get some good damage off on this thing. He'll go for a Seismic Toss, and I'm just going to go for another Morning Sun. I'm now at a point where I'm getting really low on Morning Sun. If this Pokemon got Recover, I probably would have been able to sweep with it, but I'm dealing with APP, so I'm actually going to have to switch out here. I'll go into my Hitmonchan, which is a pretty good answer to this thing. He'll go for Protect, and I just want to go for a Drain Punch here. Or no, I went for an Ice Punch here, right, because I thought Golbat was going to come in. And it does, and I'm able to get the damage off on it. And I invested in this thing to outpace a no-speed Golbat, so I'm just going to go right for another Ice Punch, and he is going to be no speed, and I'm going to take that thing out. So door's even more wide open for my Hitmonchan, which now just clicks Drain Punch. He brings in Passimian. I just make the safest play into Alomomola, and he takes more damage on that thing. It's getting really chipped down now. He's going to go into Licky Licky as I just click Knockoff. That thing's lefties are going to be gone, makes that little fat fucker just a little bit less fat. And he's going to go for a Heal Bell as I go into my Hitmonchan, but that's not really a big deal at all. Registeel's no longer paralyzed, but he doesn't have a Hitmonchan switch in, so I'm just clicking Drain Punch. And Licky Licky surprisingly eats that a lot better than I thought it would. Fortunately, we're going to avoid the para from Body Slam, although it probably wasn't game-changing anyway unless I got full para off it. I'm going to heal all the way back up with Drain Punch, and he is going to go out into his Registeel here, and I'm just going to go for a Drain Punch on this thing. Do quite a bit, 57%. He's going to miss a T-Wave, but at this point it didn't matter. It was pretty much over anyway. And he's going to Rage Quit. And we are going to win the game 6-0. We're going to finish 2-1 plus 7. And we're going to move on to the next round as the opponent is going to throw a temper tantrum in the Discord. So that's going to be it for the pools round. I was one of the first people to do all my games, so it'll probably be a little bit until I have any more for this particular tournament. But I should have other stuff coming out. I've definitely got other battles to do today, so should have other videos up tomorrow and potentially the day after. I'm aiming to get them both up and have 3 days in a row of something, but we'll see what happens. I just gotta beat the tiredness. So that's gonna be it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good night.